Today on Investigate TV Plus, red tape threatens to unravel an American dream.
I can't get these guys a green card, even though they have been totally vetted for 20 solid years. This is crazy what's going on.
How one farmer says immigration policies have put his legacy in limbo.
Then, security cameras capture the moment a delivery driver turns a carport into a drive-thru.
I asked my husband, I'm like, did you order something that's Amazon? They're coming really fast.
How this delivery turned into a disaster, and our investigation uncovers who might really be dropping off your packages.
Plus, a shared mission crosses continents.
He wanted to return them to their owner if he could find him. And it touched my soul.
How strangers were inspired to reconnect a Vietnam veteran with his past.
There was not a dry eye. It was just a beautiful moment in time.
In-depth stories that inform and inspire. You're watching Investigate TV Plus. Farmers and ranchers are the backbone of America, working to take care of land and livestock, providing the food on our tables. I'm Lee Zurich.
And I'm Tisha Powell. To maintain that supply of food, U.S. farmers rely heavily on foreign workers, both documented and undocumented. According to the USDA, from 2018 to 2020, only 30% of crop farm workers were U.S. born. 6% were immigrants with U.S. citizenship. 23% were other authorized immigrants, permanent residents, or green card holders. And the remaining 41% held no work authorization.
The share of unauthorized workers is highest in California, while U.S.-born workers are found most in the Midwest. Our investigation takes us farther east to the Georgia-South Carolina border, where immigration policies impact the largest industry in both states.
Investigative reporter Liz Owens uncovers the battle farmers are fighting to get legal workers.
Zinnias draw bumblebees.
We go strawberries,
Light berries draw families.
hybrid blackberries.
And the midsummer rays tip into triple digits. Signal the end of harvest is near.
It's really hard. If your children were with you for 19 or 20 years, and all at once they're gone, that's how it feels. Same thing. They are our family.
Every summer for nearly 2 decades,
I got my family in Mexico, and when I bring to here with these people.
Augustine, his brother Mickey, and their cousin Arturo leave their wives and children in Mexico to come here to work at Jurosic Berry Plantation.
They all have unique gifts, talents, and capabilities. And it takes that combined to make an operation like this work.
A career managing plutonium and tritium production at the Savannah River site during the Cold War taught Clyde Jurosic the success of any operation depends on its employees.
Augustine, for example, is a total manager. Not only is he a hard worker, but he is, again, a total manager.
Clyde pays thousands of dollars every year to get Augustine, Mickey, and Arturo back to Edgefield County. Paul Balducci is an immigration attorney.
Clyde is not unique. There are many people that own and operate farms, and they rely on non-immigrant workers that are brought in on the H2A program, which is a temporary work visa program.
Immigration data reveals Georgia and South Carolina farmers rely on tens of thousands of non-U.S. citizen workers to help meet production demands of the 2 states' largest industry. More than 500 farmers filed with immigration to bring more than 28,000 non-U.S. citizen workers to Georgia. And South Carolina, nearly 170 farmers made the same request for 7,600 workers. More than 3,000 are working at farms throughout the CSRA.
We obviously need foreign labor for that. There's just not nearly enough workers who are interested in working in agriculture.
Clyde wants Augustine, Mickey, and Arturo to come to work for him on a permanent basis. He hired Paul to make it happen.
Extremely frustrating, Liz.
But 4 years later,
what's the process been like?
He's still in limbo with immigration.
Slow. We got almost 4 years trying with Mercer Clay and Miss Maryland, but they don't say nothing. We don't know why.
If an employer wants someone on a permanent basis, then they have to go through a much different process.
It's a 3-step process. Step 1, Clyde must prove to the federal government he cannot find a qualified American worker interested in the job. Step 2, wait on the federal government to make a visa number available. Step 3, the application. Clyde has been stuck on step 1 for the past 3 years.
The years that I was at the Savannah River site, I carried a top secret weapons grade clearance, Q clearance, with access to all weaponry in the United States. I could get that clearance in a year. I can't get these guys a green card, even though they have been totally vetted for 20 solid years. This is crazy what's going on.
I wish I could tell you exactly how long this is going to take. It could be another year. It could maybe as long as 2 years.
Clyde and Marilyn worry they may not have years.
We decided that we needed a very good transition plan, and having no children, that meant finding somebody that was willing to do both the hard work and the management tasks that it takes to run a big farm. We've never found anybody with that capability, including agricultural graduates, because it takes both hands-on work and disciplined planning. Very few people want to do the hands-on work.
A heart attack nearly claimed Clyde's life 3 years ago.
We don't know how many years God's going to give us.
2 strokes nearly ended Marilyn's 5 years ago.
They want that legacy to continue, and these guys will make that happen. Very few others would.
The couple plans to pass their farm.
We hope we're still here and can do it.
To Augustine, Mickey, and Arturo.
And can see these guys with their families here and becoming U.S. citizens.
What would it mean to you to be able to live here with your family? What would that like? Is that like a dream?
Yeah, it's a dream for bring to here and all my kids and my wife, and living here. We can help to run this farm every year.
But the path towards citizenship makes the American dream feel more like an American mirage.
The immigration attorney we spoke with explains most employers become so frustrated with the process of getting non-U.S. citizens permanent jobs that they resort to hiring people illegally.
Since the interview with Clyde, immigration approved his request to sponsor his workers' applications to become permanent legal workers, which is the first step in a very long process to becoming U.S. citizens.
Still to come, breaking barriers in education and employment.
It has been life-changing. I never felt like there was something I couldn't do because they were always ready to help.
How the YMCA is empowering students to achieve their career goals.
But first, a couple's carport is no match for a delivery truck.
It was like an earthquake.
And the real shock came when the homeowners almost got stuck with thousands of dollars in damage. Up next, what you need to know about who's dropping off your packages.
Millions of Amazon packages are delivered daily. You probably see the truck with the blue arrow on your street regularly.
Most of the time they come and go, but in an Atlanta suburb, a driver in an Amazon logoed van slammed into a couple's carport. That botched delivery caused thousands of dollars in damages, and the couple says it took more than a year to get help from Amazon.
Reporter Harry Samler explains why Amazon first denied their insurance claim for repairs and how customers nationwide could be impacted.
Here comes Amazon Prime. Carport, dead ahead.
I heard just someone stepping on the gas in a large vehicle. So I asked my husband, I'm like, did you order something that's Amazon? They're coming really fast.
Mirabelle and Clifford Civil order lots of stuff from Amazon, but because they have a very steep driveway, the drivers usually stop below. Not this time.
It was like an earthquake.
What's the saying? Don't look back? What a disaster!
Give you more juice.
The Civils own a physical therapy practice.
More?
And Clifford ordered a new electronic therapy device called a TENS unit. It was just over $100, plus damages. The driver admitted to police that she was distracted. You think? When the towing company arrived, they realized that the only way out was the way the truck came in. Look at this. So they let the air out of the tires to gain clearance. How'd that go? Not so good. The couple says the estimated repairs are over $30,000 because there is structural damage to the roof, the post, and the retaining wall.
Our retaining wall has been cracked.
They filed an insurance claim, but even with the overwhelming evidence, Amazon rejected the claim because it did not make the delivery. In fact, Amazon doesn't own any of the delivery trucks that come to your door. In 2018, Amazon subcontracted the work to people who wanted to start their own business. It now has 3,500 direct service providers across the U.S., including the company that hit the Civils carport. They are required to have insurance, but when the Civils filed a claim, they got this jaw-dropping response. The party responsible for damage to your property is not insured with us. Therefore, we must deny your claim.
We spend thousands of dollars on them. So for them to not take accountability and just not acknowledge that they were 100% in the wrong is quite, disappointing and really unprofessional.
The structural integrity of
the couple has been fighting this for more than a year. They even talked to an attorney. We sent the footage to Amazon Media Relations, and they couldn't believe it either. In light of the evidence, Amazon reopened its investigation and says it is working towards a resolution with the customer.
The couple did finally get some answers. They confirmed Amazon is sending a check to help cover the repairs, but they could not disclose the amount because they signed a confidentiality agreement.
Coming up, a reunion years in the making thanks to a Facebook message from Sweden.
I received a message from some random person asking me, "Do you know Larry Morganti?" And I'm thinking, who is this? Why is he asking me?
But first, two sisters find success thanks to the YMCA.
I probably wouldn't be here. I'd probably take on another job and not even finish university.
How a special program helps students nationwide pursue their dream jobs.
For decades, the YMCA has worked with underrepresented groups to pursue their education and career goals through Y Achievers.
The nationwide program equips middle and high school students with the skills they need to graduate from college or trade schools and then successfully enter the workforce.
The system is structured to make it very, very hard for our Latinx students to take that next step for a million reasons. And so a lot of what our program does is kind of help our students navigate that space where they maybe don't feel very comfortable.
Students meet regularly and are matched with like-minded mentors with the goal of breaking barriers.
Reporter Alexis Dominguez shows us how Y Achievers inspired two sisters in Arizona to launch their careers.
Does everyone remember what the $5 are?
Yeah. In the game of life, people experience highs and lows.
Good job.
Rocio Bocardo Duarte and her sister Jackie from Maryville both know that firsthand.
My mom is undocumented, so she's not able to find a job where they'll pay her, and so we took on the role to help support our family.
At a time when they needed it most, a friend told them about the Y Achievers program at the Watts Family Maryville YMCA.
It was in that time when we were both kind of like unsure what it was that we wanted to do.
So he put a frightening dragon under the tree. Working with the young children and parents has helped me find that that's my dream.
The grant-funded program is meant to help bridge the achievement gap by developing job and leadership skills while also providing support to help achieve their goals.
I think without the program, I probably wouldn't be here. I'd probably take on another job and not even finish university.
They had different workshops that really helped us learn different skills.
Jackie decided for her, joining the workforce was best.
What ages is it for? Got out of school and dedicated myself to working full-time here.
She began as a membership advisor.
I was here literally like all day, every day, and it was a really nice job, so it didn't feel like super long. Hello, welcome in.
And was promoted to membership director.
Looking back at little old Jackie 3 years ago and seeing the Jackie now, it's like a huge growth.
Rocio finished her education at Grand Canyon University and has accepted a teaching position in Peoria.
I'll be working with kinder, first and second, special needs, autism. He made a balloon and he grabbed onto it.
Until she turns the page on her new chapter, she is helping children in the same way counselors here helped her, working at the summer day camp to enrich the next generation of youth.
I find it endearing. I see the relationships that some of the kids have with each other.
On this journey together,
this was like the greatest resource for us.
They're building a better tomorrow for their family and generations to come.
It has been life-changing, mostly because through the White Achievers program, I never felt like there was something I couldn't do because they were always ready to help.
The program not only prepares students for higher education and employment, but also offers scholarships for colleges, universities, and trade schools, and help affording an internship. You can find out more information about a Y Achiever chapter near you by talking to your local YMCA.
Up next, a small piece of metal travels across continents.
At first, to be honest with you, I thought it was a scam.
But we'll explain how unexpected friendships formed and helped lost dog tags find their way home.
It takes a special person to do something like that.
Carrying the identity of a soldier, dog tags are an important symbol of U.S. military service. And despite advances in identification technology, it remains an official part of the uniform. Many service members and their families hold that little piece of metal dear, as it signifies a life of service and at times sacrifice.
It's why a South Carolina business owner worked with a stranger thousands of miles away to help reunite a Vietnam vet with his lost tags.
Reporter Lauren Korn explains how it all started with a message on Facebook.
Hey, how are you?
This quirky store that sits at the corner of East Main Street,
Hi, and welcome to the vault.
is known halfway across the world
Hey, girls.
for a very special reason.
Come on in.
All thanks to this woman.
Hi, and welcome to the vault.
I always write about the different vendors in here, so I wrote about Larry Morganti. We have like 22 or so vendors.
Deborah Lane manages the Vault Vendor Market. She also showcases their vendors on social media every month, highlighting Larry Morganti for the month of April to kick off art fields.
I received a message from some random person asking me, do you know Larry Morganti? And I'm thinking, who is this? Why is he asking me?
That one Facebook message sparked an incredible homecoming 56 years in the making. That started when Larry lost his dog tags in the Vietnam War. A man metal detecting around the Da Nang Air Base stumbled upon one of his tags. He then mailed it to his friend in Sweden, who spends his time reuniting lost tags with their owner. He shared this picture with us, showing the tags he's collected so far. He said it took more than 2 years to find Larry.
He wanted to return them to their owner if he could find him. And it touched my soul.
Deborah took the Vault's name to heart, keeping the secret to surprise Larry with the news at an after-hours event.
This place was silent and there was not a dry eye. It was just a beautiful moment in time, and Larry was just amazed that after all these years, those dog tags that he held around his neck to identify who he was still here.
At first, to be honest with you, I thought it was a scam.
This is Larry Morganti.
And then she read more of it. I said, no, that's me.
And this is his dog tag.
And how does it look?
It's a little rough. It's got some dirt on it. It's got little bends and the scrapes on it, but overall, it's me.
Larry received it with the note 10 days later and shared what he remembered on the day he lost them in 1968.
I was with a 311th Air Commando Squadron, and we did medevac missions, we did supply missions. It probably was either the beach or on the base itself. We got a lot of attacks during that time, and when a rocket came in, you would just dive to the ground, and if that light chain may have broken and the tag came off.
Larry says seeing his tag again brings up mixed emotions and memories.
Good memories and a lot of bad memories. I'm happy. I'm very happy I got it back. And like I say, I'll start one and then I'll start another one. And I may have 4 or 5 going.
Larry showed us his intricate miniature paintings, the same artwork that linked the past with the present.
It's one of those things that happens, and it's supposed to happen.
Here is my contact if you need to reach me.
Like a newfound friendship that started with a simple act of kindness.
It takes a special person to do something like that, to want to get back what he found to the right person. He's a very good friend now, sure is.
Morganti said he plans to give the tag to his children, and he said it, what a special person, taking all that time to try to track him down and reunite him with his dog tags.
And he remembered it took him back to the day when he lost it. Such a clear memory of that.
Clear memory so long ago. All right, that's it for us on Investigate TV Plus. I'm Lee Zurich.
And I'm Tisha Powell. Thanks for watching.
On the next Investigate TV Plus, a woman spent a month fighting for her life after eating a salad.
I couldn't believe that the food that I loved and ate every day almost killed me.
We uncover a confusing system of oversight on the food you eat and hear from a leading food safety advocate calling for a new national strategy.